Hi, I'm Diana Lisa, and today myself and Michelle Mould, the artist, joined together to record yet another episode of Art Across the Pond, our UK US connection. So stay tuned for episode 2.
Okay, hi Diana. So lovely to see you again for episode 2 of our Across the Pond Art Connection UK US. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm excited as well. It looks like
Yeah.
you're having good weather behind you.
We have had a couple of nice days, which is
Yes,
wonderful. So I did
nice.
manage to get out and do some outside sketching in the little woods that aren't too far from me, which was well, it was just so lovely after all the rain that we've had. It's just been typical what they everyone describes as British weather, grey and rainy. That's all
Yeah,
we've
but you
had.
have had nice weather and I've seen your videos and so the landscape was very nice, but I did see you walking through a little bit of mud,
Mm,
but it didn't seem to bother you because you didn't mention it once. So I think you were very focused on the pretty trees and the surroundings, which were
absolutely,
very
and the
nice.
surroundings. Yes, yes. What about you? Have you been up to anything?
Yeah, I've gotten out a little bit and tomorrow I'm going to my first plein air painting with a group of artists from the art museum. So we will see how that goes. I will report back.
Excellent. So, shall we change our screens and show
We
everyone what our
shall.
challenge is going to be today?
Let's
Let's
do
just go
that.
and do that one.
There we go.
Okay, so hopefully, yeah, there we go. Wow, look at that, we did it. So,
Look at you have the nice paint palette on the right hand side of your sketchbook, and I have this uh it looks like a junk drawer pile dump. Like I dumped it out. So
well,
that's a perfect segue. What are you going to be using here, Michelle? Oh,
all
look at
right.
there. There it comes.
So I am going to be using my Michael Harding paints.
Yes.
I might or I might not use my bleed proof white.
Still got to get that. Yep.
I have got my Sailor Fude pen. I've got a couple of the Tom Studio pens. One
Oh,
is a
yes.
fine liner and the other one is a brush pen. Just in case they fail, I have got my trusty platinum carbon fountain pen here. And then other than that, I have just got 3 Caran d'Ache pencils. I've got one Inktense and one which is, what is this one? Stabilo All. So it's paper, glass, plastic,
Oh, yeah.
metal, and it's water soluble, which uh the Caran d'Ache aren't, but obviously the Inktense is also water
Right.
soluble. That's all I've pulled out for now. Whether I pull anything else out, I don't know. But my brushes that I've got are the ones that I showed on my video the other night from the set that
Yes.
I bought. Um, so yeah, I've just got a few varying different size rounds and a fine liner just in case. So there we
Yeah,
go.
that first one, that mop type brush holds a lot
They
in
do.
it.
They do
Yeah.
hold a lot of water. Yeah. So we shall
Mm.
see. I don't actually know what I'm going to use. If
Yeah. So I have a very here. I have some alcohol markers. I've got some Faber-Castell Albert Dürer watercolor markers. This is a mixture of Molotow acrylic paint. There's a Posca, some gelatos, and then ink tints, Caran d'Ache, and Graphy tint. And so I applaud you on your limited, disciplined, controlled palette compared
well,
to my chaos. Let's see what I actually pick up.
well, I mean, I might not use what I've laid down and end up picking something else up. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yes, and I just
So
have
we
water brushes, so
so
not
we've
not
got 2 photos here. So what is our challenge then, Diana?
We are going to mash these photos up. So we're going to combine them in any way we interpret them and just combine the photos and see what we come up with in our new illustration. And so this one I took at the lagoon that I frequent. And where's yours from?
This is from a place called Stowe Country Park,
Mm.
which is in Suffolk in England. Yeah.
So I want everybody to notice that in Michelle's picture, there is a gate, a fence. And so this is a common theme as Michelle's fans know. And so this is no surprise, and it is a treat to get the gate and the fence in there.
But look at your lovely view that you have.
It
So
is nice,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's brilliant. Right.
Okay, so we do have a
How many
timer.
minutes have we got for this then?
Are we okay with 20 or do we want more or less? You're good
We
with
can let's go with
let's go
20 and
20.
see
And
how
if
we
we
go.
wanted to add time, we can always do that, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, it's going to show right there in the corner. Is
Mm.
that too big, you think? Is it
No,
okay?
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go.
All right then. Off we go. Where to
Off we
start?
go.
I
Let's see. Is this a light color,
think I'm
dark
going to pick a
color?
different brush actually. So we've both just finished doing a Zoom session with
Yes.
someone that we are a Patreon for, haven't we?
Yes. So we had a nice, well, a little bit over an hour of time drawings of 10 minutes each, and we did wildflowers, which was lovely. So I enjoyed it. Sometimes our challenges are very challenging for me. And
Mm.
so this one was very enjoyable. How did you find it?
Well, I think after looking back over all of my sketchbooks that I finished, right, I've mixed my color up now. I realized that I used to do a lot of flowers, and funnily enough, this week I have been doing an awful lot of flowers and putting them on my Instagram and my TikTok, and yeah, I'm
Maybe it was seasonal when you did those flowers, because I know you've mentioned before that you didn't really do many flowers or you don't do them. And then you looked back at your sketchbooks and surprised yourself and saw them. And maybe
yeah,
those were like this time of year in
it could
other
well
years.
be. Yeah. I don't really know why I stopped doing the flowers. But
I don't know, but your statement was that you weren't very good at them, and I do not agree with that, but I think you don't agree with that now looking back at your sketchbooks, because I'm sure you like quite a few of them.
I think there are some that I like, but I think we're always very critical of our own work, aren't we?
Yes, we
Um,
are.
and guess where I'm starting?
In the trees? Let me look up. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
In the
yes.
tree.
And oh gosh, okay, so you've done yourself like a background there, have you?
Yeah, I did it in our last session we just had on with our patron, and it worked out okay. Only this one didn't have as much paint in the marker as I thought, but that is okay. I don't know. I guess it feels like I kind of give myself an excuse, like, oh, it's okay. That's kind of covered up, or maybe it's a starting point. I don't know, but we're gonna go with it for now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying your videos when you're on the books. I can't remember now. The name of those books escapes me right now. I know Calm May, but I forgot the names of the books.
Oh
Oop, I'll
gosh,
fix
I,
that.
I just hope that I'm pronouncing the artist's name properly. Inga Buivadovici. I think that's how you say it, but I could be saying it completely wrong. And I will hugely apologize to the artist if that's the case. Um, right. I've got a
I
little bit of
wouldn't
that
know.
one in. I need to get a bit of this one in. Okay, where should we start with that? Yes, I have to say I'm a little bit obsessed with those two books of hers at the moment.
Yes, they're really nice illustrations.
They they they're quite loose, but they also, I don't know, they just have movement and feeling because of the colors. That's what
Mhm.
I pick up from them anyway. Um, just realized putting these plants where I've put them. Where am I going to put my gate?
Oh no.
Oh no, my gate. What am I
How
going to
could
do?
how could you betray the gate?
Oh, it's
What
fine.
has happened?
It's
Oh, we're gonna
fine.
have to
I'll
stop
work.
this
I'll
video,
work around
folks.
it. I will work around it. I will get there. Can't believe I did that.
We pause this regularly scheduled program for an emergency alert.
Yeah.
Out of the way.
Right now, before I go any further, I have to get my gate in somewhere. Right. I
It's
will not be
time for the
happy if I
gate.
don't get my gate in, will I? So
No.
come on, Michelle, where are you going to put your gate? Maybe over this side here. Let's try putting it there.
I kind of want to go to a coffee shop today and paint, well, draw paint, but every time I say that to myself, then I don't go. So we'll see.
Oh, is there a reason why? Is it because you're
Yeah,
be
yes,
on your
because I
own?
don't, well, well, maybe, but I got a leather, a leather, like a sketchbook holder. It's just very slim. And I put a little Stillman and Burns soft watercolor. No, it's not watercolor, it's a mixed media book in there. And I thought, oh, this would be nice to open up at the cafe and my camera again and paint. So really that's why. I
Mm,
just want to take it out for a spin.
yeah. Okay. I'm happy now.
Are you? Let me
I
see.
am.
Oh,
Oh, I
nice.
have
Oh, look at the
fencing and a gate
shadow
in.
on that one. That
Yeah,
was a
it
nice
had to
gate.
be done.
Yes, you're
Right.
right.
I'm gonna swap to one of these. Now, what were these brushes called? Can you remember? I can't. Someone
Wait, wait, wait. It's
when I
coming to
was
me.
doing my live, they gave me a name for these brushes, and I
I
can't.
know I did too.
Oh, I can't remember.
Mop. No, not mop.
No, not.
Mop.
Oh, anyway, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have a go with that to do some of this greenery and see how that works. I mean, it could be a disaster, but we'll see.
No, no disasters. Ooh, I'm not even paying attention to the time.
How are you doing? Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm just
You've got
throwing
quite a
everything.
lot done.
No. Da, da,
Make.
Now, you and I were watching or commenting on a couple artists, and one of them was using some alcohol markers over his watercolor. And then I chatted you and asked you if you'd ever used them over watercolor. So since that little chat, I tried
Mhm.
it.
Did you?
Yes. And
How did it go?
well, I tried it this morning as well. So I can say I I liked it. I think it added a little layer, but it's not once you use all the rest of this stuff, gelatos or um, acrylic marker paint, you really don't notice. It's very subtle. So I want to try it again, but just with watercolor and no other mixed media materials and see how it shows up. I think he used it for like shadows, and things like that. So I'm interested to try it again.
Hmm. So it wasn't Toby Sketch Deuce, it was the
It
other.
was. No,
Oh,
it was Toby
it
Sketchless. It
was
was
Toby
him.
Sketch Deuce who was
Yes,
using them. Oh, that was
he was
very
using them.
keen-eyed of you to pick that up.
Mhm. It must be my love for more than one material, as not evident as what is in front of me.
More
She
material.
says with
I mean,
all the things.
I can't argue with that. Hmm. I'm quite liking what this brush is doing for these leaves.
It's giving you a nice point.
It does. It gives a lovely point and it holds so much as well. I probably should be letting this dry in between, but I'm just going for it.
Have your dryer near you.
Now let's just see if we can.
Oh no, I did do something new. So near me, there is this 27 or 17, maybe it's just five, who knows, 17-acre farm. It's a historic landmark. I think it's called Carrillo Ranch, but it's
Oh,
a like a park, a state park, but it's only open like between 10 and 5 during the day. And I went one day at like 4:15, so I could only just barely kind of look around. But it has all these paths and greenery and little haciendas. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go back when I have time. So that will
mm,
be a little spot if I can get to and be mindful that I would have to get back to my car at least 10 minutes before 5 to drive out of there. That will be the trick. Because
yeah.
when I go out, I'm used to just, leaving when I want. But that was the new thing that I discovered.
Wow. So it's always fun when we can find somewhere new, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, and the other fun thing, and last Saturday I saw that peacock at a garage sale that I showed you the picture. It was very surprising.
Yeah.
Not every day you see a large male peacock at a garage sale.
There's a little place that um myself and well, my best friend really, I suppose, um, without giving her name away because I haven't asked permission, so I better not. Um, that we have stayed a couple of times. It's called Clipsby Hall,
Mm-hmm.
and we stayed in a little cottage. Um,
Oh,
and it had this little courtyard, and there were um other sort of buildings, holiday kind of buildings, I suppose. But it was like in the middle of nowhere and lots of
ah,
fields and things. And there were peacocks wandering around.
oh.
I mean, it was glorious. I did take lots of pictures.
Yeah, when they spread out, it's a sight to see for sure.
Right, I need to get a bit more detail on these trees and some other colour in, I think. How are we on the time? Oh gosh, 6 minutes. Right, okay. I'll use this one. And let's grab a bit of blue. There's probably a bit of blue left over on my palette anyway. I am so bad at cleaning my palettes.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. I said that I cleaned them because I've been using a lot of the small ones like Art Toolkit. And so I find if I need to switch from warm to cool or blues to yellows or something, I need to wipe it out so it doesn't mix too much. So now I've been accustomed to that. So most of the time after a painting session, I'm cleaning it off, which is something I never used to do. I just used to let it lie.
So you've really got into some good habits, haven't you?
I don't know if that's a good
Unlike
habit.
me.
I'm wasting good paint, though. You could look at it that way, kind of pricey Daniel
I
Smith paint. I'm
suppose
just
so.
wiping it out, whereas you're using your resources there.
I don't know. I wonder what other people do. Put it in the comments, folks. Let us know.
Yes, do you clean your
Do you
palette after every
constantly
painting?
wipe your palette, or do you just leave it there and keep using it?
I see a lot of watercolor artists that leave their palette because when they're doing a demonstration, you can see that their palette is quite full of leftover colors.
Mm. I mean, there is something to be said for, I suppose, what do you call it? The mud on the palette. I mean, sometimes you do actually, that can be really useful.
The
Um,
mud, yes.
if you don't want to do a sketch and you just want to somehow get an outline down and you're doing sort of wet in wet, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Then if you just use some kind of bland, nondescript color from your palette that's kind of leftover paint, I just call it mud because it's just like a mud color, and you
Right.
water it down a lot, then you can like this would be like, if I just use this, if I was doing a circle, I could just use that so that uh
Right. True. Very true.
you could just use it to kind of say, right, well, that gives me the basic outline maybe of my bird. You can only just see that,
Yes.
but you can see it there, rather than doing a sketch and leaving the pencil marks behind. Oh my
That's
gosh, 3 minutes.
true.
Come on, let's just, oh dear, right, okay. I'm not happy with that. That needs to move a bit.
It's
I haven't really got any leaves. Mind you, there aren't that many
Well,
leaves
that's,
there on the
yeah, I was gonna
trees.
say there's
To
not
be
really
fair,
any.
there aren't that many.
No, there is
Um,
not.
I haven't really got a sky. Have I got time to do a sky of some kind? I don't know. Let's just use that same colour that I used there and see
The
if we
mud.
get that. Well, yes,
Use the mud.
I'm
Use the
really not
mud.
sure whether it's indigo, verditer.
Oh, gotcha.
It could be ultramarine blue. I think it's a bit of a mixture of everything there. So um yeah.
It's very nice, the variation in the green leaves down there that you have.
Yeah, let's just keep mixing with what's on the palette again as well. I'm not sure if this is helping or hindering. Oh well, I've done it now.
I think it's helping.
This might be one of those moments where I go, I wish I hadn't bothered trying to get a sky in. Oh, well, we've got some kind of background there now. Just over a minute.
I think next time I'm going to add more time. I don't have proper names.
Right. Final effort. Splats.
Oh,
In the
yes.
last 50
That's
seconds, we are down to splats. There we go. I
that's
think
one thing I don't do. I forget about splats.
I-
Oh,
I'm
light
going to leave that
disappeared
one
again.
there and hope for the best as we
Myself
count down.
as we count down. And as I disappeared, let me get myself back on here.
Oh, where have you gone?
I
Come
don't
back.
know.
Oh no, did your boat sink across the pond?
Did it? It did, didn't it?
Oh, no, she's safe. There you are. Oh, goodness me.
Oh no.
5 seconds. 4,
I
3,
lost
2,
valuable
1.
time.
And our
Ah.
time is up. Wow.
Okay, let me take that timer off.
I'm just going to move that out of my way.
Let me zone in a little bit, can I? Let's see.
Right.
There we go.
I'm just
Well,
gonna.
it turned out a mess. It turned out differently in my head.
I love it. I love the fact that you got that background in there.
So
And
what I was trying to do was I was trying to be like if you were sitting and you were looking through the empty spaces on the flowering bush, you could see the fence and the trees, but that's not exactly what happened, but that's what I was going for.
it looks like a lovely little vignette. Yeah,
I
I
kind of
like
like the
that.
light on the trees. I got a little bit of that kind of going on, so
Yes,
that's good.
that is nice because you can. Did you leave the white space there, or have you? Is it just that?
No, because I had that
Oh no,
background there,
because you
so
have
I
that
just
background. Yeah,
I just used the white gelato.
but that has worked out really well, leaving that.
Mhm.
It's kind of like you can see the light coming through the trees there,
The
can't
tree,
you?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
I
you've.
like your variation in the lavender purple in the leaf in the flowers.
Mm, I think I
Uh,
probably could have defined those flowers a little bit better, given a bit more time, but you know me, more time on the trees, you see.
yes,
So
those trees are very nice.
I,
Give me a better close up of the trees. Push the trees up to
oh, hold on.
yes, those branches are so nice.
There we
Oh
go.
yes, very nice.
So, yeah, I'm just drawn to the trees, I suppose. Can't help it.
They're very nice. And the
Uh,
fence is nice too.
I think that's been a success for both of us, don't you? But I think it's also nice for anyone that's going to watch to
Mhm.
see the two very different interpretations.
There is
And that
nothing the same.
neither one is right or wrong, it's just
Mm-mm.
our different artistic styles, isn't it? Showing
Yes,
through in
definitely.
a way. And I think that's good to show people that there's more than one way of doing something. We don't have to just do it one way.
Of interpreting. And if we did this 2 or 3 more times, we'd come up with different ways every time,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely. So we're going to have a different challenge next time, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Can you remember? I'm not going to say because we don't want to give anything away.
I want to say that I wrote it down. So I was like, well, if I just go flip it, I could see, but I don't have it in front of me. So I can't respond at the moment.
Let's give a teaser and say
Okay.
it includes the number 3.
There you go. I remember that somewhere in my
Yeah.
notes. Yes, it
So
includes a number 3. So we will have to find out what that number 3 is referring to.
absolutely. We'll have to find out what that is next time, won't we?
Yes, we will.
So,
Shall we show our full faces, come back to say goodbye?
yeah, let me just find my thing to change it over again. There we go.
There
It's a bit
she is.
slower than yours, but there we go. We are both there. So that was really enjoyable. Thank you,
Yes.
Diana.
Thank you, Michelle. Look
And
at all those palettes behind you.
all
My
those
goodness.
oh, I know. I've been
I
doing
always do that every time we're on. I was like, Michelle, what's that right there? And then you say,
it's
oh, that's an
like,
Amazon
oh
package.
no, there's
You'll have to
like
watch the YouTube video to
there's
find
like so
out.
many palettes that I've used today. You have no idea what a mess it is over there.
Interesting. Very nice. It's
Oh,
always a treat to see what's behind your left shoulder there.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
so
Well, till next time,
yep,
huh?
till next time, we will see everyone next time. And yeah, take care, everybody.
All right. Thanks.